sort of the 30,000 foot big picture question about, quote, making America healthy again is really well received if you're between the coasts. I think it plays better than the media realizes just about anywhere, but especially outside of these legacy media headquarters, it plays very well. And Walter, you talk about this a lot, you cover it a lot. Why is that?
Because the middle of the country is where the patients are, and the coasts are where the pharma executives are. Mm-hmm. And if you draw one of those sort of bomb maps, like a blast circle map around, Johnson & Johnson, Route 1 in New Jersey, and various other centers of
the radiation maps,
medical and pharmaceutical power, you'll find that within the inner circles, MAHA is very unpopular, if mm-hmm. not a terrible outrage to mankind. Mm-hmm. When you get out toward Montana or the middle of the country, where people, how can I put it? They naturally ration healthcare. Mm-hmm. You're not living next to a hospital like you are in New York City all the time. You might if you're in certain parts of Chicago or Minneapolis or whatever. But, so you don't have time. You don't live next to a hospital. You kind of got to get bang for your buck. It's time consuming. And you aren't living in a world in which medical concerns are of professional interest to you. Your only interest is in your own health, and you're also out where the food is grown, and you have a natural sense that there's some relationship between what we eat, what we do when the sun is shining, and how active we are, and our health. Whereas if you're crouched on a subway or in a, absolute commuter relationship with, a big corporation, you might not. So I think people who are kind of at their ease and at their leisure and living regular lives would like to believe that when they spend money on healthcare, they get something for it, and at least doesn't make them sick. There's also a skepticism about doctors in a place like Montana. You're always having to decide whether to drive down, 2 hours to get to one, and whether it's worth it. So there's a realism out here. And I think that realism has taught people that for all the money that we spend on this, and for all the advertisements you see on TV and the nonstop bombardment for drugs you can't pronounce, they look around and go, why am I not, and why are my neighbors not healthier than we are?